Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on Cyril Ramaphosa blatantly lying to President Donald Trump in the White House. Now, we as South Africans have become accustomed to the fact that Cyril says one thing and does another. His actions always speak louder than his words, and unfortunately for him, he always has more words than action. The unfortunate part is that John Steenhuisen, the leader of the Democratic Alliance and also the Minister of Agriculture, seems to have doubled down on this lie with Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, what I'm talking about, of course, was the highlight, I would say, of the meeting between Cyril Ramaphosa and Donald Trump after a video was shown where majority of the time it was Julius Malema saying kill the boer, kill the farmer, or saying that he would slit the throat of whiteness, or that he's not calling for the slaughtering of white people, at least for now. And then when asked whether or not he would make a pledge to never call for the slaughtering of white people, he refused to do so. So this was the video that everybody saw that was played in the White House. And then the response afterwards from Donald Trump asking, how is this person still allowed to walk free in South Africa? Why has he not been arrested? Because if this had to happen in the United States, that person would be arrested. Now, with that being said, I want to play the following video for you in which John Steenhuisen and Cyril Ramaphosa acts like this is completely unacceptable and not the norm. And then I want to show you something special after that. So stick around. But let's just get context. I'm going to join the live stream, or the video of the White House live stream after the video was played and after Cyril Ramaphosa passed the ball to John Steenhuisen to speak. So let's have a listen.
We've decided to join hands precisely to keep that lot out of government, because the day they get in to the doors of the union buildings in South Africa or control of our parliament, that's what you're going to see. And that is why this government, working together, needs the support of our allies around the world so that we can strengthen our hand, grow our economy, and shut the door forever on that rabble getting through the doors of the union buildings, because then South Africa's future would be...
So you denounced that.
Quick question, John. You saying that this GNU of yours is the one to keep that out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who voted for the Expropriation Act to be implemented? Who voted for the NHI bill to become an act? Who voted for Bella to become an act? That was the guy sitting across from you over there that you are calling your partner. So the Expropriation Act that the United States have a massive issue with was brought on the table by the ANC. The Bella Act was brought by the ANC, and NHI was brought by the ANC. Why did you not mention to Donald Trump that you are currently taking the man across from you to court to prevent the Expropriation Act? There was a lot of things that you could have said, and I understand that you have to wear your ministerial hat. But this was the golden opportunity to tell Donald Trump what is happening in South Africa, and you didn't. But this is not even the important part that I want to focus on.
Type of language in the video that you saw.
Oh yes, we've always done.
So I need to replay that because the reporter is saying, do you guys condemn the language that was used there?
Oh yes.
South Africa's future would be...
So you denounced that type of language in the video that you saw.
Oh yes, we've always done so. As government, as my own party, we are completely opposed to that.
Did you hear that? It's important to remember that. Cyril Ramaphosa here said that we completely are against that, because the journalist asked him, do you condemn that type of language? And you heard what Cyril said.
In 1955 adopted a document which said South Africa belongs to all who live in it.
But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, kill the white farmers, kill the white farmers. And then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's kill the white farmers. I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying kill a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa, and that's not a small party. That was a stadium that holds 100,000 people, and I hardly saw an empty seat. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of representation.
Now, with that being said, and remember what Cyril said, that his party is completely against that, and then his party condemns that song being sung, right? And then John Steenhuisen saying, oh no, but we work to keep that out. Now, what you're about to see, the transition here, is a video from Cyril Ramaphosa in 2018. Now, please know that Julius Malema has been singing Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer from 2010 in the public domain, right? So even though this video is 7 years ago that I'm about to play for you now, note that for the purpose of this video, in 2018, the following was said whilst Julius Malema was singing Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer for the past 8 years, since 2010 and until this time when this video that I'm about to play you was made, which was 2018.
We would love to have Julius Malema back in the ANC. He is still ANC down deep in his heart. So we would like to have those who are in the EFF back in the ANC, because the ANC is their home.
There we go. So the one moment Cyril Ramaphosa condemns Julius Malema for singing that song and saying that his party is against that and they would never approve of that. And John Steenhuisen saying that we want to keep that out. The reason the GNU exists is to prevent that from entering the executive, And yeah, you've got Cyril Ramaphosa in 2018 that said, the EFF must come back home. Julius Malema must come back home. So everything that they just told Donald Trump was a blatant lie. They were blatantly lying to him because, yes, I know that Cyril said this in 2018. But remember, as I said, Julius Malema has been singing Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer, and the EFF has been singing Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer since 2010. So for 8 years, Cyril Ramaphosa has listened to Julius Malema and the EFF singing this hateful song and having these hateful protests against businesses and against white people. And Cyril Ramaphosa is still saying, please come back to us. So please explain to me how you can sit there and blatantly lie to the most powerful person on earth and not think that people are going to go back and find these videos in which you asked Julius Malema. I'm sure there's a more recent video of Cyril Ramaphosa also saying, come back. So I'm very confused. Donald Trump says, why has this man not been arrested? And John Steenhuisen is saying, we want to keep these people out. And Cyril Ramaphosa is saying that, we as a political party and the government condemn this being sung. But yet in South Africa, he has not condemned that song once. When asked to do so by many people in South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa refused to condemn this song. The courts in South Africa doesn't even want to hear it in the Constitutional Court. They said, there's no real chance of changing a lower court's verdict. We don't want to hear it. So in South Africa, it's 100% fine to sing that song, even though Cyril on that platform says, oh no, we don't approve of it. And John is saying, they're not part of the executive. But Julius Malema and his political party has quite a number of seats in parliament. They sit on committees that elect judges. They sit on committees that formulate new laws for South Africa. So yes, they might not be ministers, but they heavily influence what happens in South Africa. So it is just absolutely hypocritical of Cyril Ramaphosa and John Steenhuisen to sit there and say, we're trying to keep that out and we condemn that and, this and that. But then you've got Cyril Ramaphosa that in 2018 and also recently said that Julius Malema must return back home and the EFF must come back home. So what does that mean? It means that you accept the EFF with the Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer song and Julius Malema singing it. And what you told to Donald Trump is just a blatant lie. That in essence is what's going on here. You're trying to sugarcoat something hateful being said and done in South Africa and trying to blatantly lie to the most powerful person in the world. I mean, how did you think this was going to turn out? I mean, it's absolutely hypocritical and insane that you are saying, oh no, we are against that, but in the same time you invite these exact individuals to join the ANC again. And also shame on John Steenhuisen for knowing this and not speaking out against it. You know, there were many opportunities for John Steenhuisen to tell Donald Trump in a politically correct way that, yes, the ANC is to blame for a lot that is wrong. And he could have said, you know, we started the GNU to turn the tide, but the ANC did fail South Africans. Instead, he was just waxing lyrically in favor of the ANC, which is just mind-blowing. Like I said, if you voted for the DA, I actually want to know what your take is. Let me know in the comments below after John Steenhuisen saying what he said about the GNU and support for the GNU. Do you feel that the DA is representing you well? Is your vote, was it worth it to vote for the DA considering what the DA was a year ago and what the DA is now? I'd like to hear your take on it. But shame on you, Cyril Ramaphosa, for blatantly lying to Donald Trump. And shame on the South African contingents that went. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, share this video far and wide, especially on WhatsApp, on your community groups. It'll be greatly appreciated. And lastly, if you support me and my content, then please consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking the join button below. And that's all I got to say. Till later, cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre.